today is March 22nd, and this is the top 5 best loadouts in Warzone 3 right now. I also wanted to let you guys know I'm going to be live on Kick for most of day today. So if you guys haven't already, please hit me with a follow. I am actually only 20 away from 100 followers, and we just became affiliates. So I'm really excited. Make sure you guys come through over there, and let me know in the comment section down below if you guys did. But we're going to start out with the fan favorite, which is the 8RM9. They're on the MW3 compensated flash hider. This helps with the shorter radar pings, vertical recoil, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability. You do lose some bullet velocity and aim down sight speed, but in the grand scheme of things, you won't even notice it. Believe me, this thing is an absolute monster, and I'm going to show you guys with the rest of the attachments. Make sure you guys throw on the Thorn 90 barrel for hip fire and attack stand spread, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and sprint speed. You do lose some recoil control and aiming out of sway, but I think it's worth it, especially with the hip fire. This hip fire is absolutely insane. Like, this is one of the only SMGs that I can confidently hip fire and actually know I'll win the gunfight close range. Next, put on the DR6 hand stop for aim walking speed, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed. You lose some aim walking steadiness and hip fire and attack stand spread, but it's not a big deal. Make sure you have the 50 round drum because the 20 is just not worth it, and the base is just not going to be enough. Next, put on the folding stock for recoil control, gun kick control, and firing aim stability. This is very helpful to this gun, and you only lose a bit of aim down sight speed, and I can't wait to show you guys how powerful this thing is. Just to show you guys how amazing this is, short and medium range, this is really ideal. I'll be honest, I don't really like using this thing long range just because the initial recoil, I think it's too dangerous to actually use. But in my opinion, if you guys do want to use it, and I guess it's the only gun you guys have, it doesn't hurt to actually try it. Your recoil control might be a little bit better than mine, but for this, long range is just not ideal for me. See how many bullets I actually waste before I finally hit the target. Maybe that's just me, maybe that's just user error, but I just think it actually excels in short to medium range. So keep it in that range and make sure you guys use this entire class setup. You guys will absolutely love it, and it's very, very easy to use. Next, we're moving on to the Ram 7. This is another fan favorite weapon, and I know you guys are gonna love this. They're on the Cassis break for horizontal recoil and firing aim stability. You do lose some aim down sight speed, but that's not a big deal. Next, they're on the Cronin Headwind long barrel for bullet velocity and range, aiming out sway and firing aim stability at the cost of hip fire and attack stand spread, aim walking speed, and sprint to fire speed. Put on the Bruen heavy support grip for gun kick control, aiming out sway, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability. Now you do lose some vertical recoil and aim down sight speed, but it's not a big deal. 60 round drum unless maybe you're playing solos. If you're playing solos, then you can use the 40, but otherwise I would suggest using the 60 just to get as many bullets as you possibly can. Last but not least, the HVS 3.4 pad for gun kick control and recoil control at the cost of sprint speed and sprint to fire speed. This is the best possible choice. Now, this isn't the first time I've heard people rant about this somehow magically having recoil. Oh, my Ram doesn't shoot like that, it doesn't have no recoil like that. Well, that's because when you're shooting, you're not controlling the recoil, so it's just bouncing up like that, or you don't have the Cassis break. But when you literally just hold your thumbstick down just a little bit, that's all you have to do, just hold your thumbstick down a little bit. I know it sounds crazy to some people, Call of Duty not doing all the work for you, but if you just hold the thumbstick down just a little bit, it gives you basically no recoil. So please try this out and let me know what you guys think. Here's the entire class setup for the Ram 7. Please copy it down, and to anybody that's complaining about the Ram 7, just try this class. Give it a chance. I think you guys will actually do much better. This is one of my favorite guns in the game right now. The Wasp 9 is actually one of the best SMGs. It's so insane, and I think it's one of the different type of SMGs. Like, it's a very unorthodox type weapon, and I mean, a lot of people do use it, but it's just different than the other SMGs. They're on the MW3 compensated flash hider for shorter radar pings, vertical recoil, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability. You do lose some bullet velocity and aim down sight speed, but this thing already has amazing bullet velocity. Next, they're on the DR6 hand stop for aim walking speed, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed. You do lose some hip fire and attack stand spread and aim walking steadiness, but that's not something you're going to notice with this gun. And just to increase the bullet velocity even more, I put on the 9mm high grain rounds for bullet velocity and damage range. You do lose some recoil control, but with this gun and its recoil pattern, which is odd as it is, you're not really going to notice it. Put on the 40 round mag, but the 50 is an option. You're just going to have more cons. You guys see more in depth like what you're actually going to be losing, so weigh your options and see if you actually want that. I just don't think it's worth it, so I like 40. Lastly, I put on the Niter model 2023. Now for me, I feel like I'm more accurate with the Niter than I am with the iron sight, but to the people that can actually handle the iron sight, feel free to use that and just throw on another recoil attachment or anything else that you really want to. I just like using this personally. The end result is absolutely beautiful. It doesn't really take much effort to actually use this gun. Like I said before, it's absolutely insane, and long range, I can say that you actually can get the job done as long as you're hitting your target, which is why I love this weapon so much. I think it's actually kind of more useful than the HRM, but I mean, it's completely up to you guys if you guys want to try it out. If you do, fill my bet. Whoa, if you do, be my guest. Try this out. And if anybody actually heard that blunder, let me know in the comment section down below. You guys can laugh with me. It's okay. But yeah, the Wasp 9 is absolutely insane. And I can't wait to show you guys the rest of these guns. The Bruen MK9 is the best LMG in the game right now. And I have to give you guys this loadout because it's so good. On the VT7 Spiritfire suppressor, this helps with being undetectable by the radar, recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range. Now you do lose some aim down sight speed, so be prepared for that, along with aim walking steadiness and sprint to fire speed. But this is an LMG, so you're most likely going to be planted in a position, you know, strafing around while trying to take out the enemies in long range. Next, put on the 23-inch XRK Horizon V2 for bullet velocity, gun kick control, recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed, aim walking speed, and movement speed. But on the Bruen heavy support grip for gun kick control, aiming out of sway, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability. You do lose some vertical recoil and aim down sight speed, but it's not a big deal. I love the 60 round mag. It just makes life so easy. It helps with aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, and reload quickness. Now, I don't think you should treat this like a SMG, but the pros really help this weapon so much. Like, it really gives it an insane amount of mobility. Like, I'll just show you guys. Look at all the pros. Like, this is absolutely nuts. And last but not least, this thing actually helps with the recoil as well, the Jack Glasses optic. Now, you guys are going to be surprised at how much this actually helps. It helps with the firing aim stability, and it's just an interesting optic in itself. It actually gives you a blue dot, and you do lose some aim down sight speed, but watch how crazy this is. So this thing is lethal at literally every range, and it's actually kind of crazy. You don't have to try to use this weapon, and look how fast the reload is. Done, and you can just get right back in the battle. I didn't even run out of bullets, honestly, but it's just the fact that the reload is so incredibly quick that you can just get right back in the battle. So here is the entire class setup for this. You guys need to give this a try because it's insanely broken and super easy to use. Now, the people out there that are trying to use the newer weapons and you guys are looking for builds for them, the SOA Subverter, I have the best possible build you could use for it, and I think you guys are gonna love it. So on the Cassis Break L, this helps with horizontal recoil and firing aim stability. You do lose some aim down sight speed, but trust me, don't throw on any other muzzle than this. Next, put on the Dozer 90 Longbow for bullet velocity and range, firing aim stability, gun kick control, and recoil control at the cost of aim walking speed, sprint to fire speed, aim walking steadiness, and aim down sight speed. So on the Bruen heavy support grip for gun kick control, aiming out of sway, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability. You do lose some vertical recoil and aim down sight speed, but this is the best option for the underbarrel. I went through every single one of them, and this is just the best possible choice. 50 round drum, unless you're playing solos, then I guess you could use the 30. I just don't think it's really worth it. Plus, you're not going to be treating this like a super mobile AR. If you were, then I mean, I guess 30 would make sense, but because you're going to be treating this like an actual AR/battle rifle, the 50 round drum is the best possible choice. Last but not least, put on the Motion V2 heavy stock for recoil control and gun kick control. You do lose some aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, but this thing is insane. Look how insane this gun is. Forget the MCW, this acts like the actual ACR. Like, if you guys remember the MW3 ACR, this acts exactly like it. It's super easy to use. In my opinion, the range is absolutely beautiful. This is the weapon you actually have to have in your arsenal. The SOA Subverter is probably the best battle rifle in the game. So please give this a try and let me know what you guys think. And if you guys have made it this far, I'm going to shout you guys out and give you guys some COD points if you guys can tell me what the third gun was. But first, I have to give a huge shout out to ExpressVPN because they are a lifesaver in Warzone. Now, we all know the problem with skill-based matchmaking is they match you with people of your own skill level, no matter where they are. With ExpressVPN, this is something you do not have to worry about, and for many reasons. One, you can go to any location that you want to. What happens when Warzone looks for a lobby for you is it prioritizes your stats, which means that you match up with players no matter where they're located. But with a VPN, it takes longer to find a lobby considering your location, and it prioritizes ping. ExpressVPN makes Call of Duty fun again with numerous locations you can actually ping to, or just pinging locally to actually make the connection easier. And let's face it, who doesn't like playing in a bot lobby? When I just want to kick back and relax with my friends, play some easy games, the ideal VPN is ExpressVPN. So if you're trying to have fun like I do in Call of Duty and show off to your friends your new high score, then go to expressvpn.com/chainfeeds and get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN free. And get ready to have fun playing the game we all love again.